Welcome to the Sitco Bros Podcast.
Welcome to episode 22 of the Zip Code Bros. I am Mike Gallagher, and with us as always is Ben Jones, Adam Jefferson, and Jimmy Sarson. What's up, fellas?
How are you?
We're okay. Wanted to kind of start off by just talking about Terry Funk and Bray Wyatt for a few minutes.
Tragic news.
Yeah, kind of a big bummer.
Yeah, I mean, Terry Funk, he was pushing 80, his health wasn't the best, but the Bray Wyatt one, oof, didn't see that coming.
No, that was something else, right? Especially, I mean, I know there's been talk about him coming back, but I didn't realize I didn't realize he was sick like that.
Mm.
Yeah, unfortunately, COVID has claimed another victim.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite memories of Terry Funk? Or like what version? Somebody posted the other day. What was the best version of Terry Funk?
Chainsaw Charlie.
Chainsaw Charlie.
It
What about you
can't be.
guys?
His ECW era.
Ben.
I liked him when he had his first WWE run in 85, 86 when he feuded against Junkyard Dog. He bought that branding iron with him and he was managed by Jimmy Hart. It was good times.
He had a Saturday night's main event against Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that was a big deal at the time. Terry Funk, but I agree with AJ. His ECW run was phenomenal.
DW, and he did a moonsault. His moonsault was incredible, I thought.
Oh yeah, no, he was hell of an athlete, hell of a wrestler.
And also, your mother's a whore.
That was the most
some of
impressive
his
I've ever heard in my life.
some of his matches with Foley in Japan, so extreme.
Well, his matches with Ric Flair,
Yeah.
at the Clash of the Champions. I remember I had that on videotape. I used to watch it. I used to watch that Clash all the time.
Just
And Bray Wyatt, we were. I know Bobby said we were at his last match, but my buddy said that he saw him like the next week in North Carolina. So I think we saw Bray Wyatt one of his last pay-per-view match.
we did.
Yeah, that was a Mountain Dew Pitch Black match versus LA Knight.
The one that people unfortunately crap on because they're trolls.
Yeah, it's funny. Imagine if they had that match now. Forget about it. It would be the biggest thing. It would main event Bray Wyatt versus LA Knight right now.
Yeah, for sure.
And just 7 months ago, it was like you said, it was crap on. Like I remember, I didn't even watch it. I got up and go. I went up and got something to eat.
I did watch it, and then after the match, maybe I started watching it halfway through, but I was like, I think I had to go to the bathroom or something, and just I was busy running around for the boy,
Yeah.
making sure he had a great time.
Well, I appreciate that. He had a great time. Even though I can hear the video game he's playing right in the background, in the back of my ear. MLB The Show. Let's hear it right now. Louder than you guys. All I can hear is it.
Is he playing as the Yankees?
He's playing a home run derby, so I don't know who he's playing as exactly. But he likes to play with the legends a lot. So he's probably playing with like Mickey Mantle or Mike Schmidt or Dale Murphy or somebody like that. Mike Piazza.
Well, at least he has good taste, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Piazza's the man. Piazza. I got so much Piazza stuff. He's one of my favorite Mets of all time. Speaking of Mets, let's go Mets. So Anyway, what about some Bray Wyatt memories you guys have?
Well,
Um, sorry, celebrity deaths don't really get me like this, but this was such a gut punch for me. Um, Bray, to borrow from a friend of mine, Bray was just everything I loved about pro wrestling. He truly was a 5-tool player who, I mean, he could do it all, from in ring to mic work to character work, where he would answer a question that you had about the Fiend or the cult leader, the Eater of the Worlds, whatever the newest gimmick was, whatever it should have been. But in answering that question, he dropped 5 more questions for you to ask to keep you interested. And it was for me, every single gimmick was must watch. You know, put my phone down, stop texting, stop talking until the segment was over. So yeah, this one sucked.
Oh, thanks for sharing, man.
Adam, I had a question.
Yeah.
Would you say Bray is a modern day Piper? In the retrospect of just when you think you had all the answers, he changes the questions. He always kept you guessing.
Yeah,
Uh,
just
No, Piper was just nuts, right? Piper was just like he kept you guessing because you didn't know what the heck was going to come out of his mouth. Like Bray Wyatt would actually tell a story and make you wonder what was next.
I was
Right.
saying, I just use Piper as he was Piper was one of the best heel. Like for Bray, you have the Firefly Funhouse.
I think he was just Bray Wyatt. I think the funny thing is I think he kind of created not created a genre for himself, but he created himself where there was nobody like him before, and now people are going to be compared to him.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know. Maybe it's my bias. Y'all know how I feel about the Rhodes family, but knowing that Bray was one of the last creations of Dusty Rhodes, the Swamp Cult leader version, at least.
Yeah.
You know, just to watch that get snuffed out, and to only be
And just the family he was part of as well.
yeah. And to only be 6 years younger than he was when he passed away.
Something else, right?
Yeah, I could go on and on. I'm just going to say he was one of the best. He deserves so much more than what he was given. Love on those that you love, and fucking get your health checked.
Amen to that.
That's right. Amen. Cool. Well, that's a great way to end that segment on Bray Wyatt. That's a great. Thank you. I did not expect that. That was amazing. Thank you, my friends.
Salute.
So I think we're gonna kind of check in and see how everybody's doing. But I gotta pause for a second. I gotta go back downstairs and just take care of my son for a quick moment.
Yep.
All right, welcome back. Ben, how you doing, my friend?
Yeah, you know what? This week hasn't been all that great, if I'm being honest, because on last week's episode, I mentioned that I'd started seeing someone.
Sir.
Amazing young lady. And during the week, she cut it loose. Kind of blindsided me, to be honest. I didn't see it coming. And Gallagher, as you know, we've been messaging back and forth about it. And I want to thank you for being there for me, because yeah, it really shocked me. And I started to question everything that I did or said and went through, previous messages, trying to figure out where it went wrong. And then I started to reflect on what she had told me previously about her troubles with relationships and, where her mind is at because of some, previously bad experiences. And I started, it's taken a few days, but it's at a point now where I'm starting to understand that it's not something that I did specifically, but it's more that, she's got some stuff going on and she needs to sort out. And that's kind of, up to her, to sort out. And I hope that she does that. But yeah, I just have to sort of focus on moving forward now. And it's a shame, I don't know what's going to happen in the future, like whether we'll reconnect or not. But yeah, we'll just play it one day at a time.
Thanks for sharing, man. You guys have any questions for Ben or anything? I don't mean to say it like that, but like seriously.
There's other fish in the sea. As cliche as that is.
Yeah, that's true, Jimmy. And I think taking the time to sort of reflect and focus on your own health and, make sure you're eating right, you're working out, you're talking to friends, just looking after yourself, before sort of jumping back in there. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. And this podcast certainly helps doing that. So
Right on, man. Right on. I what I was gonna say is don't think that you did anything wrong and don't blame yourself because sometimes things just happen. And I know the circumstances and it's not you didn't do anything wrong.
It's
yeah.
not me, you. When I say you, I mean her.
When I say me, I mean you.
Yeah. I know what you meant. Yeah.
All right. Uh-oh. Jimmy, you take a pause and catch your
Okay.
breath.
Well, good.
All right. Jimmy, how you doing, man?
The difficult 2 weeks of the year for me. Just unfortunately recollecting, reflecting. Just cherishing every moments that I've made, all the strides I've made in 12 years this year. Just can't believe it's been a baker's dozen since he's been gone. For those that don't know, my dad passed away 12 years ago, tragically and unexpectedly. I live with survivor's guilt sometimes, knowing that I had nothing to do with it, but just those that know. But I'm doing okay. Fighting off these nasty allergies, just and then the heat as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the time of year where the allergies start kicking in. Thanks for sharing, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Adam, how you doing?
Overall I'm doing good. I know I just said earlier, this whole Bray Wyatt death is really messing with me, but man, football season's underway. It's always a good time for me. We had a JV game last night, Wednesday night. And it's just one of those things where I kind of realized that during the game, for the first time in probably 3 or 4 seasons, I'm actually enjoying coaching again. I'm actually smiling and laughing and having a good time coaching. I'm like, I want to actually form friendship bonds, relationships with the guys that I coach with. It's more than just a job this season.
You guys are in the trenches together.
Yeah, man. And we take it seriously, but I mean, we also don't. We're the most unserious staff I've ever been on at the same time. And I love it. I absolutely love it. And come to realize, there are things that definitely help my mental health as well. Besides being professionally happy. And that is doing this podcast, doing my own podcast, just watching wrestling in general, watching movies and TV shows and listening to podcasts. A lot of those greatly help my mental health a lot.
Great.
Mike, how you going?
I'm doing well. You know how I'm going, but I'm
just trying
was that
to get you involved in the podcast.
Yeah, no,
I'm trying to get you involved in the podcast.
It's Stoner's brain, right? I'm okay. I professionally I'm so I feel your pain, AJ. But it works for me right now just with my schedule, so I got to suck it up and do it. So I just kind of say God put me in a situation where he gave me what I need, not gave me what I wanted. So you got to appreciate that.
Yeah, exactly.
So but something happened. I went out with an old friend. I'm going to take another week to process this, but I'm going to talk about it next week. I'm going to talk about it next week. I want to take a week to process it and talk about it. I want to kind of make sure I shape my words correctly. But I do want to give a shout out to my mom, whose birthday is tomorrow.
Happy birthday, Mrs. G.
Yeah. All right, Jimmy, you still there, buddy?
Yeah, sorry. I had to step away for a second.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
Bathroom called.
Okay. You could have just ended it, stepped away for a second.
Honestly.
But before we go any further, would you guys mind if my son came on for a few minutes and showed you something?
Absolutely.
Yeah, go for it.
Michael, come here, buddy.
I got something to show him.
All right. Oh, cool. Okay, come here, honey. Yeah, bunch you can. Just come on, man. Say hi to the guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Good.
Tired.
Yeah. What you got there?
Michael, I got this last week. I got 2 of these actually to begin with. I have the other one in my bedroom, but I'll let you hold it and take pictures with your dad the next time we hang out. And
Wait, were those the titles when we watched AEW the other day when the Young Bucks had that?
Yeah, it was actually. Yeah. And no, not F the Young Bucks. Mr. Jimmy, not F the Young Bucks. I love the Young Bucks.
I didn't say that. I was just say something about women, right? I don't know.
I can't wait for All In, which AJ is gonna have a cool surprise for us during his segment.
Even surprise for me?
No, it's not an actual surprise. It's a surprise for our audience. The 2.5 of them.
Oh.
How does that work?
What do you want to show? There's some people who just turn it off halfway through.
Oh, halfway. Well, that's decent.
Don't turn off the cuteness.
Awfully optimistic halfway.
Oh. I got 24 of these.
So Michael received some what they call flip madness, but they are WWE flip books.
Cool.
I don't know.
It's okay. It's okay. I don't know if you can show this on TV. I don't know if we're licensed to show this on TV.
I don't. It's always.
Just flip it. Again, we don't have to show it again. If it happens, it happens. You do what you gotta do.
That's pretty cool.
I
Yeah.
didn't know.
All right. Oh yeah,
That
that's
was
cool.
a good one. Perfect. Not you already did it.
Dang, look,
Hey, it's so cool. You got to show it twice.
We can even do it backwards.
I even do it backwards. That's awesome. Cool, man.
Mhm.
Well, thanks for showing us.
Yeah.
Want to go brush your teeth and wash your hands?
Yeah.
Okay. Love you.
Okay.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Love you, buddy.
Okay.
Good night.
Yeah.
Just remember
Sleep
to wash your face and really good, okay? Thank you. All right. AJ, what you got for us today?
well, I had a question in mind, but instead, with All In being this weekend, so real quick, I picked 4 matches for us to predict. I feel like one's a softball, and well, I'm sorry. Personally, I feel like all 3 of them are softballs. One's going to be a little bit harder. So our 3 matches for our all-in prediction, there are the ROH tag title match during the pre-show, which is Aussie Open versus Better Than You, Bebe, Adam Cole and MJF. The AEW tag title match, FTR versus the Young Bucks. The AEW women's title 4-way match, which is Hikaru Shida versus Tony Storm versus Saraya versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. And the AEW title match, MJF versus Adam Cole.
Baby.
Bebe.
What do you want to start with?
I mean, I'll go ahead just because I've already taken the time to kind of sort it out in my mind.
Yeah.
So give me Aussie Open beating Better Than You, Bebe, with more story than actual wrestling in that match. As much as I don't want it to happen, the Young Bucks are going to beat FTR. I feel that with Tony Storm and Saraya being in the same faction, that's going to, they're going to maybe start off with some kind of pact, but it's going to break down. They're going to get distracted, and Britt Baker's going to slip in there and become women's champion again.
DMD.
And then for the AEW title match, I'm going to get very specific on this one. Roderick Strong and Matt Taven and Mike Bennett, the OGK, are going to end up helping Adam Cole beat MJF and reform the kingdom.
Interesting. Kingdom was in ROH.
Yeah, the kingdom was ROH, and I think it was for sure Cole, Bennett, and Taven. I can't remember if Roddy was part of the kingdom or not.
He was a part of the. What were they called in NXT? Shoot.
Mike Bennett, Maria's husband.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. What's Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly up to?
Kyle's under contract with AEW. Bobby Fish got fired from AEW, I think.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, the rumor is he wasn't too happy with how any members of the Undisputed Era were being used in AEW. So he reached out to Triple H and then went to Adam Cole, Roddy, and Kyle about what Triple H said about them coming back. And one or all 3 of them went to Tony Khan about it for like basically tampering.
Oh, wow.
So Bobby Fish got let go.
I could see why. For Rizziels. Cool. So read up the matches one by one. First one.
Ring of Honor tag titles. Aussie Open defending the titles against Better Than You, Bebe.
All right, I got Better Than You, Bebe. Jimmy, who you got?
The Aussie.
Yeah, see. Ben, are you going home run? I mean, are you going to be a homer?
Yeah, I'll have to. I have no idea what's going on with the current product, so I'm just going to go with whatever.
All right. What's the next one?
AEW tag titles, FTR versus the Young Bucks.
Young Bucks. Jimmy.
FTR.
Ben, Young Bucks or FTR? Just pick one.
FTR.
All
I
right.
hear a lot about them.
There you go. Next one.
AEW Women's Title: Hikaru Shida versus Tony Storm versus Saraya versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD.
DMD. I think Tony Storm gets her title back.
Okay.
Soraya.
Saraya. Ben Jones, Saraya, Tony Storm. Who's the champ again?
I've heard of Saraya. I've heard of Saraya, so I'll go her.
All
She's,
right.
she's the former Page.
I think Tony Storm's Australian though.
Yeah. We don't always like each other.
Touche.
And then the AEW title, MJF versus Adam Cole, Bebe.
Ooh, that's a tough one, man.
Tough
That's a tough one. That's one that I cannot wait to watch. Jimmy, I'll let you go first.
Fanboy me once. Fanboy me once. Adam Cole. But in reality, with MJF being so hot as a heel, he might retain in some dickish way, like in a heelish smodge finish.
I can see somebody coming down and helping MJF win and go and turning heel.
Yep.
I couldn't tell. I mean, it would be cool if it was Edge. I mean, it's not going to be Edge, but it would be cool if it was Edge. Edge as a heel in AEW would be freaking awesome.
Yeah, him and Christian Cage can just go after all the wrestlers that don't have a dad.
Yeah, exactly. Ben, MJF or Adam Cole, baby?
I got to go MJF. I love his promos. I love his character. Yeah.
He did well. If you get a chance to, on quick statement on MJF, he was on I think it was Busted Open recently,
Oh yeah,
and that was just great.
it was a good interview.
If you get a chance to
Stays
watch,
I mean, he stays in character, so you don't know if he's. I mean, you don't know if he's like real or not, right?
no, at this moment, and this little thing, he was like saying it doesn't matter if he was like saying he watches everybody's rooting for everybody because at the end of the day, with the hot product so hot, more money.
Yeah. Oh, so he was doing an interview with himself. I mean,
Sort of, yeah. I mean, it was pretty cool.
well, he wasn't healing off the interviewing. The interview is what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, it's probably dickish to like Sam Roberts. I mean, Sam Roberts. I mean,
It's Sam Roberts, yeah. Ben, you know who Sam Roberts is?
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of his stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah, he's good. He's
Yeah.
good.
old. He's got a beard, gingery beard.
Yep. Yeah, he's very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him and
Yeah.
Tim Martin are funny.
We talk about MJF staying in character, and about 2 days ago, he tweeted about an email he got from a fan after his Busted Open interview. It's a long tweet, and he ends it by saying, like, look, I've decided to actually accept the fans now. I was afraid of rejection, all that. There's a picture of him with the fan that emailed him, and he's holding like the L on the kid's forehead. And then his mom replies to that tweet in all caps, "My sweet little boy is back." To which he replies, "Fuck off, mom. This week is about me. Go away."
That's funny.
That's fine.
Well, who wants to talk some wrestling?
yes. Who's this week?
Yeah.
So
Who's this
today's
week?
topic from Grenoble in the French Alps. Actually, before we start talking about wrestling, I wanted to shout out to Chris Domino about his Major League Baseball tour. He put out the first 3 episodes last week, and did number 4 drop tonight?
Yes. It was just a bonus about your truly state about one of our fast food joints called Runza.
Oh yeah, the bonus content he dropped. Yeah. So anyway, so for those For those of you at home who don't know who Chris Domino is, Chris Domino drove across country and went to 30 MLB ballparks in 30 days. And he's on YouTube as Domino Chris. And you got to check out. They're like 10, 12 minutes long. They're such an easy watch. He put a lot of work into it. You can show it's really, really, really good. So I wanted to give a shout out to Chris and keep doing it, man. Look forward to the next episodes. So cool, man. So again, sorry about that. So from Grenoble in the French Alps, Andre the Giant. And we were kind of talking on before air that we were doing a lot of research on Andre, but nothing. Andre was such a presence. That's what made him Andre. He didn't necessarily have the great matches, the great promos, the great moments. I mean, obviously he had some great moments in the WWF, mid 80s. But so I figured we just kind of sprinkle the questions in and talk about, when we first heard of Andre. I'll let Jimmy try to do his impression of Andre in a few minutes. I don't know why the puppy dog lip. But
Kind of did it earlier and you didn't like it.
Jimmy, what was the first how did you first get into Andre?
My history of wrestling is pretty well documented. I started in 06, but I never got to so with me being born in 97, he passes away in 93. My first recollection was like through this day in wrestling history that WWE used to do on their Monday Night Raw sort of thing with when they had the Rewind channel on cable. I think it was the Rewind channel for the network. Just then I heard stories of how just the stories in general of how difficult it was to be going through airports, being on airplanes, and just the stories I've heard. Like, so it took a lot to physically intoxicate Mr. Andre that they took 4 24 packs just to get him slightly buzzed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that had something to do with how his health deteriorated as he got older.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's legendary, which is cool. I mean, it's, but I'm sure that had something to do with his deterioration. Unfortunately.
The acro what's it called?
Acromegalia.
Thank you.
Yeah. Easy for you to say.
That's what she said. Just
with her mouth full.
But just spectacular. There really is no word for the 8th, 9th, 10th wonder of the world, Andre the Giant. Just a masterpiece of a gentle giant.
Okay, so I'll ask you one more time. When did you first experience Andre the Giant?
On the network.
Thank you. Like, what was the first thing you saw? Was it like WrestleMania 3? Was it like his stuff against
the little 30-second vignette, not vignette, 30-second of the match.
Right, like the big body slam?
Yeah.
Yeah, right on. What about you, Ben?
It was actually WrestleMania 1. He's a match against Big John Studd. So it was the $15,000 versus the retirement match. So that was the first time. But I remember my dad talking about him because he was my dad's favorite.
Oh,
so
right
he used to always, so when my dad told me about WrestleMania 1, because Mr. T and Hulk Hogan were going to be on there together, but he also used that as an opportunity to tell me about Andre. It gave me a bit of backstory about Andre from like the 70s when he became that. Well, I guess he was the first global icon in wrestling.
Yeah, I agree. That's a cool story, man.
Yeah, so and a couple of years go by, and it was cool that Dad's guy Andre and my guy Hogan faced off at WrestleMania. So yeah, that was kind of cool.
So you slept in the backyard for a couple of days?
Pretty much.
AJ, what was your first experience with Andre the Giant?
It was either like Jimmy, the clip of Hogan slamming him at WrestleMania 3, or the Princess Bride.
I was just gonna say, how has not one person said anything about the Princess Bride?
I think it was the Princess Bride, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah, that was my first experience as well. Jimmy, you want to try your attempt your impression that you tried to do before?
Anybody want a peanut?
Right.
Do you want to try? Do you want to try it as Andre?
Anybody want a peanut?
Trying, but whole. I'm having some stomach issues.
All right, you don't have to broadcast that. You can just say that now. Hoop.
There it is.
All right. My first introduction was the Princess Bride as well. Ben, what's our first question?
It's from Devin Dowling of the Kickout Crew. So he's actually got two questions. So we might as well just fire off his two.
Yeah.
So his first one is, if Andre wasn't to be a wrestler, what other sport would you want him in?
Probably basketball, I would imagine.
7 feet tall, put him in basketball.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tennis.
he'd make Shaq look like a point guard.
Right. Unless he could play fullback for the New York Jets.
Quarterback.
Mow people over.
Well, he was scouted by Washington as a bit of a publicity stunt.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
The Washington football team, yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Commanders.
I know he played soccer when he was growing up. So the dude was a really good athlete.
Or boxing, with that reach.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I don't know if he'd have the stamina to last long, but
Hey,
I don't know
if he was a boxer, would you rather him have a cut his promos in French or in English?
What?
If Andre would have been a boxer, would you want him to cut his promos in English or just in French?
English.
yeah, English.
I understand.
Just like he did with wrestling promos.
I just feel like with his French being more predominant, I feel like it'd be a little more intimidating for Andre to have his promos in French as a boxer.
Well, I think even with speaking English, though, the accent that he had was kind of intimidating.
We're assuming that he would stay in America and do all that stuff. So if he's a boxer in France, he's going to speak French.
That's
I mean, it's who knows where he would have ended up.
All right. So Devin's next question is: Could all of you together outdrink Andre in his prime?
No.
Together?
Well,
How good are you guys?
I drink Pepsi Max, so I've got no chance.
How good are you, AJ?
man, I'm fat. It takes a lot to get me drunk. So
Jimmy? I've seen Jimmy. Jimmy's kind of mid. Jim's a middleweight, I would say, when it comes to his tolerance, which is good. Middleweight's good.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Gallagher?
I'm probably in AJ's corner with the super heavyweight kind of tolerance. So, but unless all four of us have it, there's no way in hell we would outdrink Andre.
But not a chance in hell. No
All right,
chance.
so,
That's what.
so thank you, Devin, for the questions.
Thank you.
Thank you, Buttercup.
Thank you, Buttercup. I saw that. Speaking of Devin, I saw a post Booker T posted on Facebook. Something about on Twitter. Him and his first student, Sammy Guevara. So I thought of Devin.
No.
Saw that photo.
Did Devin retweet it? And like,
I don't think so.
or quote retweet it with love hearts and smiley faces?
Like 1,000 hearts or like whatever the character, like 80, 145 hearts.
Yep.
Sammy Guevara.
Have you guys did you guys go back and watch any of Andre's stuff from the 70s by any chance?
No.
Nah, his stuff against Dusty Rhodes or Bruno.
No, but I
I want to now that you mentioned Dusty.
Yeah.
I think looking back now, I think I might have asked my dad one time about Andre, because he was in his 20s in the 70s. So just hearing that would have been, I think I asked him once, but I can't remember definitively, but he might have given me an answer.
Okay. I kind of I was watching his documentary a little bit, and I was watching his top 10 best matches on Bleacher Report. Some of them have video from the 70s. He was fighting guys like Ernie Ladd. He either teamed with Dusty or he either fought Dusty, or I think maybe both, or maybe one of each. So I was kind of watching his amazing, but again, nothing really stuck out as this great match. It was just great to see him as a spectacle because he's a huge guy.
There's a good YouTube video. It's a compilation of wrestlers that have body slammed Andre.
Uh-huh.
And it starts with like Harley Race, back in like the maybe mid 70s,
Yeah.
and it goes all the way through to I think the last one to do it was Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right, sir. And I have and he was the first guy who had 15 years undefeated.
Yeah. It's always funny to know that Hogan, the way Vince did WrestleMania 3 in that Hogan and Andre for the first time, and even though they'd feuded in 1980 and had a few matches then, they'd faced off before, but then Vince is doing this whole like for the first time ever, they're facing off one-on-one. And they just erase history, when they're trying to promote a show like that.
That was crazy.
Do you blame him?
Pretty big.
Do you blame him?
No, but they could have put his undefeated streak on the line. And because I don't think that was a pinfall. I think that was a countout loss anyway. So you could even say that Andre the Giant never has. I think the thing was Andre hasn't been pinned in 15 years.
Yeah.
Which he wasn't.
Yeah, because I'm sure
count out that match.
Yeah, I'm sure there's been countouts and disqualifications and all that. Yeah.
So that was, but I couldn't really think. But we got to bring up the twin referee. So one of the first exposure I have after Princess Bride was WrestleMania 4, and the precursor to WrestleMania 4 was that Saturday night's main event against Hogan, where the twin referee angle came about. It was fantastic. Ben, did you watch that? Did you watch it afterwards?
I only saw what was in the video package for WrestleMania 4 because we didn't get Saturday night main event here. So it was just all part of that video package prior to the Hogan Andre match at WrestleMania 4. But I rewatched it like a couple of days ago, and it always cracks me up when Mean Gene is interviewing Andre after the match, and Andre says that how he won the tag team championship.
That was great.
Yeah.
And when he surrendered the World Tag Team Championship.
And DiBiase, that was just the perfect reaction to him getting the belt. Just that smile, that evil laugh, like almost like I told you, Hogan, I would do it. It was great.
That's awesome. Yeah, it was such a good angle, and you believed it, right? Like that was when I first got into wrestling. Was that late '80s WrestleMania 4 times, and I just remember watching that over and over again, and just the Survivor Series, WrestleMania 3. It was great. It was great. And then the segment on Piper's Pit when he turned heel with Bobby Heenan, that was ripped the cross off of Hogan. That stuff's legendary, man.
Oh yeah, it still holds up, and like people are always going to talk about Hogan and Andre as like the biggest match in history.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And the thing that helped it along was how good Vince and Jesse were as a commentary team. Because Vince was so over the top, he created that emotion, and excitement. So it kept you engaged.
That's right.
There's a question from little Jimmy Ono. He asks,
What's on?
what is the biggest Andre fantasy booking match that you'd want to see?
Why do you always got to shit all over my segments, brother? We do fantasy booking every single day, man.
Hang on, I've got an answer for Jimmy Ono.
However, we will entertain it because you just gave me a puppy dog face for the 50th time.
Jimmy, you can get that answer by watching our Andre the Giant episode. But yeah, Gallagher, like, yeah, is that what you plan to do? Like, talk about dream matches?
Yeah, we do that at the end of each. That's the last thing we do with each of the wrestlers. We do the fantasy booking.
All right.
All right. Well,
Do you know what? Calling an audible here. Let's just answer it now.
All right, let's do it.
So, Jimmy, who have you got?
Andre versus Vince McMahon.
Interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Very, very, very interesting.
So we've had Hogan versus Vince. We've had Austin versus Vince. I think Andre versus Vince would have been.
Had Brett versus Vince too.
Oh yeah, that too.
I've got 3.
Cool.
So, Big Show, Brock Lesnar, and Undertaker.
Mine's Undertaker for sure.
That's a good one.
Big Show, but specifically when the Big Show was the Giant in WCW when they were trying to portray him as Andre's son. Do a whole father-son feud.
Yeah, that would have been cool. That would have been cool.
Actually, that sort of ties into a question from Bobby Duncan.
Yeah, Bobby.
Is that how it goes? So he asks, if Andre had lived to see the Nitro era, would Bischoff have wanted him in WCW?
Oh, I can't see how Hogan would not want to bring Andre the Giant into WCW.
Yeah.
I guess the only issue there is like his health.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what he's saying. I think if he was healthy and ready to go.
Yeah, because and that ties into what you were saying, AJ, like that whole Giant versus Andre the Giant thing, father versus son, or whatever.
That begs the question, do you keep with the whole adding former WWF guys to the NWO? Does Andre join the NWO or does he fight against them?
I think he fights against
them. Okay.
Yeah, I think
it's weird because you say that, like Ted DiBiase and Virgil were in the NWO with Hogan.
Yeah.
And they were feuding in the late 80s.
That's a good one.
So yeah. Well, what about versus Kevin Nash?
Oh, that'd be fun.
Heck yeah, man. Kevin Nash against any of those big guys who can move. I would say Mankind too. Imagine a heel Mankind versus face Andre the Giant.
It's funny you say that because Foley wrestled Andre in Japan in a tag.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, when he was Cactus Jack. Yeah, it's on YouTube.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I got to look that one up. That is the match of the week, my friend.
I think 1991.
Cool, man. Very cool.
Yeah, that was good to see. Like it's always interesting when like different generations like match up. Yeah, you got Andre from like the golden era, you got Foley who from the Attitude era, but they kind of crossed over at one point. So that was cool.
Very cool.
Did Andre ever face Brody?
Yes.
I'm sure they did in Japan, right? Or what about Andre?
In New York, I think Brody and Andre fought.
Oh, at the Garden?
Yeah. Might have been a tag, but yeah, they've definitely been in the ring together.
Oh, no kidding.
I'm sorry to stay your gimmick, Gallagher.
It's all right, my friend. We're okay. That's really. What else? What other questions we got?
All right, let's have a look here. Oh, did you guys ever see the Machines?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that was a cool idea, and the way that like Bobby Heenan obviously was saying, that's Andre the Giant. He's wearing a mask, blah blah blah, and it's kind of that whole similar thing to with Mr. America, how Vince was trying to reveal him to be Hulk Hogan, but they did that back in the day with Bobby, with this giant machine who, from Japan who spoke with a French accent. So yeah, that was cool.
On that mask topic of Andre, so a couple years ago or last year, Sonny Ono had one of the Andre masks that Andre had, and it was on those hidden treasure show. And
was it the real deal? Was it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Sonny's got all that stuff.
And I actually got to hold I didn't actually hold it in my hand. I held the case in my hand, the mask, because it was on a mannequin's head sort of thing, and I was able to hold that in my hand. I'm like, wow.
That's cool. Just to see it in person though, like that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he auctioned it up. Not auction, but yeah, something like that. I remember exactly, but yeah, it was cool to see it though.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was really cool.
Okay, we've got a question from Brad Stanton from the Kick Out crew. Andre was an indestructible force, but he had phobias like snakes. Do you like it when wrestling plays up alternative ways of losing aside from the competition itself?
Heck yeah, I do.
Yeah.
It's all about story.
It's awesome, hey?
Yeah.
Story.
I think we saw, in my opinion, a really good example of it on Monday Night Raw when Chad Gable beat Gunther by countout.
Yep.
And it was Gunther's first loss since coming to the main roster.
Yep.
So yeah, alternative ways, the phobias of snake, things like that. It definitely helps the storytelling.
That was a heck of a match too.
Oh my gosh. Should have main evented Raw.
Yeah, I agree.
The good thing about the snake phobia is that when Jake threw Damien onto Andre and Andre pretended to have a heart attack.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Which
So
is
yeah, no, that was.
I mean, Jake talks about how Andre didn't like him, but he played ball with him, right? He was good.
Well, later on, Andre and Jake tagged up.
Yeah, yeah.
And
What I'm saying is he
Yeah.
still played nice when he had to play nice, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. So that's a great question, Brad. Thanks for sending that in. Should we do another one?
Yeah, let's
Yep.
keep going.
All right. So first time, we've got a question from Ryan Connolly. So welcome to the show, Ryan. So he asks, if Andre in his healthy prime came on the scene in pro wrestling today, what would that look like? WWE, AEW, or could he fit in at all? He said that he would book Andre versus Dirty Dom.
Dirty Dom would
Okay.
get smashed.
I think they would probably use him the same way that they use the Big Show. I think now, not that size doesn't matter, but you look at guys like Omos, you look at guys like I don't know his first name, but his last name is Singh. That he teams up
Santam.
with Jarrett.
Santam.
Santam, right? Santam Singh. I think if he came about now, he wouldn't be as special because everybody's big and everybody can do everything. When he came out in the 70s, he was the biggest guy who could do a drop kick, who can move around. I think he came around at the right time.
Yeah.
80s. Yeah.
Great question.
Yeah. And like you were saying, Gallagher, is that in the 70s, he wasn't on TV every week. He was traveling around the whole world, you know? So it was, not to be, I hate using this word, but it was almost like a freak show. It's like, you got to go see the Giant.
Yeah, he was what's it called? An attraction.
Yeah.
Special attraction. He'd be like how Brock is today, or Roman is today.
Speaking of Brock, somebody said, I think it was RVD, said Brock was one of the top 5 wrestlers of all time. I'd be hard pressed to disagree with that.
I mean, just look at his career.
Yeah.
The only thing I wish he could have done was win like the tag titles or the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, he always seemed he never needed the title, but when he had the title, it was always a world title. He's just the guy.
So Mike Whitaker's asked a question that's kind of similar to what Ryan just asked, but do you think that the Andre the Giant attraction gimmick would work today? Like, we have big men, but not Andre kind of big.
I mean, I think it would work if it was used correctly. I just don't think he'd be as popular as he was now. Because unfortunately, we've seen it all.
Yeah.
At the time, he was so innovative as a big man.
Heck yeah.
Okay, we've got a couple of questions here from Mike Bober. So his first one is, if Hogan didn't have to leave to film No Holds Barred, do you think the WWF should have put the belt on Andre at WrestleMania 3 and do a year-long build to the rematch and have Hogan go over at the next one? So just on that, time-wise, I don't think this all adds up because the filming of No Holds Barred was in the summer of '88. So WrestleMania 3 didn't affect that.
You're right.
But to answer the question,
Oh, yeah.
I think had you put the belt on Andre at WrestleMania 3, I think if you would have done it, do it at Survivor Series 87. Don't do it at WrestleMania, because that WrestleMania 3 match is what made the WWE. You can't change that match. That match yeah.
Yeah, well, Survivor Series, that like they didn't have those one-on-one matches back then.
No, but that was also
So
the first Survivor Series, so they could have done anything they friggin' wanted to.
Yeah, okay. Like a rematch. Yeah.
So you have Hogan versus Andre, or you actually do the title change on Saturday night's main event, and then you have Hogan get the belt back at WrestleMania 4.
I guess the only problem with that booking though is that it's a babyface territory. So
But you can still give
how
Andre the
how
belt 6 months.
yeah.
Andre could eventually turn babyface later that year.
And who's to say it wouldn't be a Warrior at WrestleMania 4 beating heel Andre,
Oh wow, yeah.
or even Macho Man slaying the Big Dragon. Imagine Macho Man beating Andre in the main event of WrestleMania 4.
Andre would not have put over Macho Man.
I think well we're not actually in real life right now. We're just fantasy booking. So imagine that he would is my point.
What? We're not? What are you talking about?
Believe for 5 minutes.
Okay, so Mike Bober's next question is: do you think Andre should have been champion at some point, regardless?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
A lengthy run, yeah.
Okay, final question, and you know what it is,
Know what it is.
Mike Whitaker.
Anchovies.
What is on the Andre the Giant pizza?
Anchovies.
Why anchovies? Just out of curiosity.
It just seems so Andre. I don't know why.
Well, he hated anchovies. Remember Bruce Pritchard told that story about the anchovies that the bushwhackers put in his hair, and then he went in the back and he started shaking his hair out, and anchovies went all over the place, and they hit Andre. Andre freaked the heck out.
What about like a steak that's been marinated in wine?
Yeah, that's a good one. Because you gotta have it's gotta be like a dark. You gotta have like dark things like olives on there, like peppers. So I like the steak on there too. On like a white sauce, you get the black. You know, you get the black and white kind of vague of his singlet.
Okay.
Yeah,
What about some lobster?
that lobster. I think you put. I mean, it's Andre the Giant. I think you put everything in the world on it, right?
Yes, sir. You can have it all.
Exactly right. Just the question is the Andre the Giant? How many pizzas is the Andre the Giant?
Yeah.
That's the
Is
question. How many pizzas could he eat at one sitting?
I say 1 24-incher. I don't know.
Dude, I can eat an 18-incher by myself.
That's a, what's like the biggest you've seen? Like a 30? Like
Yeah, I
it's-
mean some crazy pizza parlors make it like 36 inches. Like friggin' huge.
that'd be like one of those giant ass ones.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
It's gotta be a big one. You're right, Jimmy.
Yeah. So that's the Andre pizza.
That's the Andre pizza. That is the Andre segment. Thank you for listening to our Andre segment. Next we got What Dat Mean? So this week's What Dat Mean is a Southern term that I use because I think it's awesome. And Conrad and Bruce use it all the time. And it's bless their heart.
Bless their heart. Okay. Bless their heart. I don't know how you want me to say. You want me to try and say it as if I'm from the South?
Yeah, you can say it any accent you want. Because I'm not going to pretend I can do a Southern accent. I'll just say bless his heart. Bless his heart.
Well, I mean, we can't
Bless
do it.
his heart.
There you go.
It was great, but not as great as Amy. Shout
Yeah,
out Amy.
nobody can speak as well as Amy.
But she's in the South, though, right?
Exactly.
Kentucky.
She doesn't have to put on an accent.
Oh, James.
I got to wait for AJ to come back to do mine
Yes.
because he's been nailing it lately.
He's been doing his thing.
Yeah.
Did you guys miss me last week?
What, Jimmy?
I said, did you miss me last week?
Yeah. Yeah,
I still haven't decided.
I'm still processing it.
Just while we wait for Adam,
Yeah.
one moment that I really enjoyed with Andre was WrestleMania 6 when he turned babyface, because I
Oh,
thought it was
yeah.
the right time to do that.
Yeah, it was definitely good to turn babyface on the way out.
Yeah,
And he
and the
completely
way,
hit Bobby Heenan twice.
yeah,
But it just shows you how kind he was. He didn't want to hurt anybody.
yeah. But I mean, he needed to, like, you could tell that his career was coming to an end
Yeah.
in New York, and he needed to go out as a babyface.
Yeah, oh, for sure. For sure. But
So,
so we
all
got a
right,
rap beat from Ben. We ready for AJ?
you ready?
Immediately.
AJ's doing good at this. So,
Oh,
all right. So,
oh, no. Now the pressure's on you. Now that you've acknowledged that I'm doing, it's the curse of the commentator, man.
okay. So, what it is? Nice indicator, dickhead.
What?
Oh, I already know.
Nice indicator, dickhead.
Nice indicated, dickhead.
So good.
Yes.
So good. He's nailed it. He's too good at this. It's not even a game anymore.
Nice indicator, dickhead.
Yep. Okay. Pretty good, Jimmy.
Nice indicator, dickhead.
Now
That's a good effort. That's a good effort.
now try in an accent that's not Jimmy's voice.
But that was okay. Give it another shot.
Nice noise indicator, dickhead.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. See, that's good. So, Adam, I think you already know what it means.
Yeah, you're mad at them for not turning their turn signal on.
Yeah. So, what we tend to do here is we compliment bad behavior. So that's why we say nice indicator. You know, like, oh, nice one, dickhead.
Right. I mean, that's one of my biggest pet peeves is when someone doesn't use their turn signal, use the signals. I literally I am blaring the horn if I'm not in a work vehicle.
Oh yeah, it's like thanks for using your signal, jerk off.
Yeah.
So I'm always carrying water bottles. I'm like, I literally want to take my bottle and just chuck it at their car. Like,
All right.
use your blinkers, jackass.
All right, we've got a bit of road rage here, and we're sitting down on the couch.
Cash
Yeah.
Wheeler, calm down.
Easy, Trash Panda.
All right, so Jimmy, nobody's driving now. Okay, so just
No, we're
be
good.
cool.
I know. I'm saying use your blinker though.
For what
PSA.
it's worth, I've driven with Jimmy. He
Use your
doesn't really have
use
any.
your blinkers if you're
I-
around.
J-
road rage.
Jimmy, it's
my
over.
God.
It's over. Everybody's
saying-
safe.
I'm saying use your blinkers if you're around me. Otherwise, you're getting honked at.
That is a PSA
All right,
for the season. Use your
PSA.
blinkers, my friends.
And I'm gonna have to put some thought into my next what that mean. Nothing car related.
No, apparently not.
All right, Jimmy got hot.
Let's see. All
It's
right.
not that fucking hard.
Okay.
Jonesy.
Hey Jimmy, just quickly, do you want to show the viewers your new piece of merchandise?
Yes.
Hopefully, this will calm him down.
Hear you. Thank you. It's already summer and I'm putting this back on.
Yeah, you're
I
And you have to explain for our audio listeners.
my birthday is a week from Sunday.
the sleeve
And
version.
I didn't realize what I was getting. Mr. Gallagher did not have my new address, and he said he needed it to send because he was sending me something. That something, which I would come to get, open Monday. What was this amazing hoodie?
With the what logo on it?
The Zip Code Bros logo.
Heck yeah.
So, Mr. Ben, want to take a picture real quick? Your telephone and post it to the social media. Grab your phone and take a picture.
Hang on. You know, I could just use that photo that you sent the other day.
Yeah, that's a good photo.
Okay. Thanks, Jimmy.
Jonesy's joke.
Hey, okay. Jimmy, do you want to take your hoodie off now because it's hot?
Yeah, it's 90 something. It's 100 degrees weather, but it's, I mean, it's cool down. But from the bottom of my heart, though, thank you, and it means a lot.
You're welcome. And
Welcome,
happy
sir.
early birthday.
Yes.
I'm glad that I got to you all the way from down here. All right.
Thank you.
My wife told me to put ketchup on the grocery list, so I did, but now I can't read the grocery list. I'm trying to convince my dad to get a new hearing aid, but he just won't listen. I just flew back from a Transformers convention, and boy, are my arms tires. What did the drummer name his twin daughters?
What did the drummer name his twin daughters?
Anna 1, Anna 2.
It's pretty accurate, actually.
All right, last one. I can't understand why my calculator just stopped working. It just doesn't add up.
Doesn't add up.
Does not add up.
Hmm.
Jonesy's jokes.
The fastest rising segment.
Nah. That's copyrighted by someone else on the Premier Streaming Network.
Yeah. Well, I kind of started it.
No, they started it. We copied it.
That's fair.
No, you copied the segment. I didn't copy the. I don't say it exactly like he does, so it's like not exactly the way they do. So
Well, I didn't copy. I just
I'm making the
took the
joke.
idea.
Of course, they started it.
I took the idea. And made it our own.
Hey, you guys took your inner Eddie Guerrero. You lie, you cheated, you stole.
Sure, but we didn't lie and cheat.
Yeah.
We just stole.
It was awesome. No, you just lied to me about your little beef.
Yeah, but that was fun.
Not telling you something is not really lying to you. Omitting something is not necessarily lying to you.
It's like when Bruce Pritchard wasn't told about the Montreal Screwjob. Like, if you knew, you would know.
Yeah.
It's for your protection, Jimmy.
Yeah. We were looking out for you.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Bang bang.
Bang bang. Well, any last words from the Zip Code Bros?
Well, I think we all should toast two great legends. Bray Wyatt and Terry Funk.
Absolutely.
Let me in. And
Cheers.
your mother's a whore.
Oh my God, Jimmy.
Yep, there you go.
All right then.
Terry Funk.
Jimmy, where can we find you?
At OG James ad-free on the Twitter. Zip Code Bros for all four of us.
All right. AJ?
At the ARJ brand for the personal and wrestling stuff. Although if you follow that now, I've clogged the timeline with retweeting a bunch of stuff about Bray. At Coach A Jefferson for the football stuff. If you want to follow the team I coach on, it's at Lakewood Football, the number 1. At Just Thoughts Pod for my personal solo podcast, Just One Man's Thoughts.
All right. Ben?
On the Twitter at AFS Ben Jones.
Okay. What about our zip code bros?
Well, Jimmy already stole that gimmick off me, so he's already told everyone that it's
Jeez,
Zip
Jimmy,
Code
that's like-
Bros on Twitter.
I mean, how many?
He's on a mission tonight.
I was gonna say, how many segments are you gonna shit on? All right. Anyway, you can find me on the Twitter or the X as they call it, whatever they call it now, at MIKEGRR0905. And that is it for tonight here. Excuse me. That is it tonight here from the Zip Code Bros. Thank you for listening. Like and subscribe us if you're watching on YouTube. And you guys have a great night.